Dehydration.
Huh. The sunset looks pretty from here. The orange glow cast on the wall. Better than the muted colors of this hospital. I wonder why they choose blues and greens. They, the ones who choose the colors that heal. Green for life. Blue for comfort. Purple stripes to hide the stains. This chair is too small and sticks to my skin. I hate vinyl.
Well, those colors actually scientifically proven to be comforting and also good for positivity and good for stimulating positive thoughts and also good for the eyes. There's more game inside there.
Blue, purple. The ocean maybe? No, under the ocean. Silent, warm, and salty, like tears. He won't stop crying. I don't blame him. He feels miserable. I hate that we're here. I hate that he's sick. I just want him to feel better.
Yeah, I think green's supposed to represent balance and it just strikes the eye. It makes you feel peaceful and restful. And purple is more a spiritual color. Yeah. It makes you think intrinsically. Oh. Press start. Continue. Damn, that's really solemn. Where is the baby?
Shh. It's okay, Jolie. Shh. Don't throw your head, buddy. Don't.
Where is he?
I hate this room. I didn't used to. For a moment, it was an adventure. I was cast as the compassionate and caring father, holed up with his fragile son in a small cleft in the rocks. The storm raging, waves ripping at the sharp black rocks below, and enveloped in my arms, he feels safe, and I am holding him firmly, trying not to slip. Because if you hold tight enough, nothing will take him. Right? Here we go, bouncing around. Do you like that? Oh, I love your giggle. Bounce around. Is that funny? A bounce, a bounce, a bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, he won't stop crying.
Can't imagine the pain they have to go through in their heads, in their bodies.
I'm hungry. I wonder if he's hungry.
Oh, there it is.
He's screaming louder. Buddy, don't you want juice? He hits the box. I don't catch it. He drinks it greedily. Big, deep gulps. Okay, Jolie, that's enough. Breathe, kiddo. And he does. And I wipe his face of snot and tears and juice. And then he vomits, and I catch it. I always catch it. I know you're thirsty, buddy, but you'll throw it up. No, don't grab too hard. You'll squirt all the juice out. Here, let me have it. It's so late, Joel. Lay down. I can't hold you. I can't make you feel better. Shh. Shh. Okay, buddy, okay. I'll hold you. Shh. Oh, Joel Bug. You look so miserable. No! Don't hit your head on the bars, Joel. Joel! I know you're mad. Please stop. Please. Stop. I shake. I weep. I pray. I plead. I need peace. I am empty. You are. I don't know all that you are. You are there. I want you. I want you to call my son. And you've brought us this far. He's still here, not dead, not there, with you. God, I want him here with me. Please.
Oh no.
Peace. He sleeps.
Oh God.
Thank you.
There's a story in the Bible where Jesus and his disciples are on a boat. And a furious storm hits the sea, and everyone thinks they're gonna die. Where do you think Jesus is? Rowing alongside them? No. He's asleep in the back of the boat. So his disciples are freaking out and wake him up, and they say, "Don't you care if we drown?" So Jesus gets up and he says to the storm, "Quiet, be still." And the sea becomes completely calm. Then he asks his disciples why they are so scared. and if they have any faith at all. Like he was frustrated with them. Because even though Jesus said, let's go to the other side of the lake, his disciples thought he was going to just let them die.
Always have faith, never fear. It's only one thing you should fear. You're supposed to...
Oh, we're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in California. So now that we're in California, how much longer to San Francisco?
About 3.5 hours, bud.
Oh.
Well, it's 10 a.m. now, so that means you guys can grab one more item from your road trip bags.
And it's my turn to be the king.
Oh, Elijah, it's okay. You were a very good, noble, just, and true king. But now we have to do it as it wants.
My best edict as king is we dance like monkeys for 30 minutes.
Maybe like 5 minutes?
Nope,
Isaac?
nope, babe. He said 30. We must do what he says.
This is the worst. Someone make Elijah the king.
Monkey tickles. There's monkey tickles.
My second edict as king is Elijah.
Not sure where I'm supposed to go. Oh no, he's drowned. Okay, maybe there.
So Joel died. Everyone does eventually, I suppose.
So much. Oh, he loves Joel. The Bible tells me so.
But more than that, if he does die, will Jesus even care? Will he weep for him as he did for Lazarus? Will he weep for me? I think greater than my fear of death is that of insignificance. Or rather, my default assumption is that my thoughts and passions and loves and the stuff of my being are insignificant. How could the creator of all that is and ever was love my son as he did Lazarus? And could my soul stranded on this blue raft awash in a sea of stars, ice, and dust matter enough to him to turn his hand in mercy?
Oh, it's actually the universe, something.
It's even like Jesus wept for Lazarus. 5 minutes later, he raised Lazarus from the dead.
We can never escape the lighthouses, huh? So always lighthouses have great symbolism of hope, isn't it? And direction. It's guidance.
I'm sorry. I should have known we'd both end up in the same place. We always do. It just scares me every time. I just really believe he'll be healed. I know you believe too, just when you act like that, I get all unsure.
I don't know that.
What do you mean?
I just hope that. I don't know.
Oh, iPad. This feels like a very Greek-like temple. Isn't it a temple?
Father, I pray right now that you would just, you would touch the Father, I pray that you would bless the mic, blessing the kindness, blessing his health, and bless their children's houses. Father, I pray that
Lord, rise up. My God, come save me. Lord, rise up. My God, come save me.
Oh no, fires are dying out.
I will not let you go unless you bless him.
Oh, Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
You can hear the voices in the background.
I will not
Oh.
let you go unless you bless him. Lord, rise up. Lord, rise
Oh,
up.
Lord, my God, let this boy's
I
life
will not let
return
you
to
go
him.
unless you bless him. I will not let you go unless you bless him. Lord, rise up.
Oh, Lord, my God, let this boy's life
I
return to
will
him.
not let you go unless you bless him.
Oh, Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. Oh, pictures.
I thank you that you're the God who stuck the light
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy on us because he is holy. Lord have mercy on us because he is weak.
I can't move out of this area for some reason.
Pray with all the strength, with all the faith that is in us, Lord. There is no time left for this child on this earth. And God, so we come to you, Lord, with faith of your children, with faith as small as a mustard seed. And Lord, we speak in the name of Jesus. Oh my God, let this child's soul come back to you.
He was not in the wind. He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. He was here in a gentle whisper.
Oh, is that a phoenix? And there's a heart in the middle.
So here we are, and the air is emptier without his laugh, and yet our hearts are still full, though with a different drink. And this ride we've been on for so long is silent, and so also the Lord. And so we sit here in this new silence, and long for the music to start again, and for the disc to spin again, even if it means going round and round for many more years. For at least we would be moving, and Joel would be laughing here on earth, and not only in heaven. But in this space, I sense his silence is only because he is drawing his breath. And now we know love and longing, empty and full, all in one moment. And I am grateful that we loved him well, and that we miss him well. And I hope that in the Lord's next breath, he will whisper his love song to you, his beloved, and that you will know him differently and more deeply. But now, we grieve in silence, yet not without his presence.
As the saying goes, better to love and lost someone than never to have loved anyone at all. I've gotten some people who actually told me they're afraid to have kids because they're afraid to unnecessarily love. Well, not unnecessarily love, but to go through the pain of raising a kid. And well, I think those people are just very negative. It's not just the pain.
You made it too. I'm glad you're here. I love it here. I bet you like it too.
Heaven with pancakes. Anyway, I was saying, you don't know what's ahead of yourself, so why not take chances in life? Life is so short. Take a chance at love. Just, life is hard. Of course it's hard, but, you know, how strong are you gonna be? How are you gonna live your life? Are you gonna live in despair and fear? Are you gonna live it with strength, dignity, and grace? To love as much as you can, even though it means losing and pain. But this pain makes us human. That's just life.
Look at all of these pancakes. Did you ever see pancakes like this? The big is me. A big one is for me. A little one is for my dog. I always wanted a dog, and now I got one. I even got to name it. Manju.
Blue bubbles.
Whoa, bubbles? I love bubbles. Look, I can touch one.
That dog looks like PewDiePie's dog. What's his name?
Manju
Maya.
does catch a bubble. She likes to bite them. I want more bubbles.
Yeah, I'm giving you more bubbles. This must be heaven for him, I guess.
I love the bubbles. Do you see a rainbow in the pebble?
Yeah.
Come here, Manju. Have another pancake.
Oh, that's so cute.
I can eat whatever I want. I never fall. These are the best pancakes that I ever had. I love them.
Yeah, but you're not eating anything. You're giving it to the dog. That is so cute, though.
Do you like pancakes? You can have some. I got a lot. Everything tastes like syrup. Man, you love syrup. Me too. Syrup is my favorite pie.
Wow, that's the game, I guess. Cool. For Joel Evan Green. Aw, he's so beautiful. Ryan and Amy Green, so okay. Oh, they have so many boys. So the writers of the game, or the creators basically are the parents. Amy and Ryan, okay. Oh, he's so cute. Look at his eyes. Oh, this is really beautiful. Just the whole game experience. It's really interesting to see things in the perspective of the parents, in Joel's perspective as well, and the doctor's perspective was quite interesting to me because I always wanted to be a doctor. I didn't know all those things. Just going through it. It's really interesting. There's seldom games like this, and I really enjoy games like this. It's just putting life and realism into a game, and it's just more than a game. Just expressing their life, their struggles. It's a work of art. So their son Joel, he was suffering from a cancer called what is it? ATCT, right? So ATRT. It's a typical teratoid rhabdoid tumor. So that is quite a rare one, but it is one of the largest is the largest cancer causing death besides leukemia in children. So that's a tumor in the brain, and it it can not just the brain, it happens anywhere in the central nervous system, and it also can be localized anywhere in the brain. So it depends which part of the brain, which part of the nervous system, and how dangerous it is and how easily it can spread. It heavily relies on chemotherapy and things like that. Unlike most cancers, prognosis, I heard like only 60% prognosis. Oh man, I really can't imagine what Amy and Ryan had to go through. They had to take care of their other three boys, prioritize between them and always needing to send Joel to the hospital. I can imagine how many times back and forth, and the kids are still so young. It must be so hard for them. Oh my god. But I always feel sad seeing a mother or a father losing their child when they're so young. Like even a miscarriage, it's really, I cannot imagine it because I'm not even a mother. But you know, the love between a mother especially and their baby, it's one of the strongest forces in the world. And it's I can't imagine what it is, such a tragic experience. That they can lose someone so sweet, so innocent, and only you only get to spend so few years, even months, knowing this person, and then they're gone just like that. Life is so fragile. Yeah, I can't imagine, but I can understand, but I can't imagine the pain. He'll never know what it feels like to ride a bike or to go to school. He'll never get to experience that. Oh, man. It really tugs on the heart. Well, I think this game was well put together. Despite it being an indie game, I hope people can appreciate games like this that's under Kickstarter. I can imagine how hard it was for the creators Amy and Ryan Green to do this. And the son passed away 2014, and it's barely 2016 now. They had to do this within 2 years since Joel passed away. All their emotions and their grief must have... I can tell they put all their heart, their everything into this game. Because we can really feel like seeing through their perspective, and we can empathize with them. Yeah, it's a really great use of music, ambience, the interaction in the game. It really draws you in perfectly to empathize and to understand their perspective and their pain. think this game is trying to emphasize on hope and faith. What is the difference in having no hope? People think it's false hope because they rely so much on logic and science. Like science tells you one thing and you think it's because it's fact, it's going to be 100% true. This is the reality of it. But hope does not mean dismissing reality, because the reality of life is that things happen, death happens, but how are you going to deal with it? Are you going to deal with it with despair and like wallow in the fact that this fact is coming? Are you going to have faith and use the time left to give hope to the person? Maybe there's a chance, because miracles do happen. Whether you're a religious person or not, it has happened. And not everything needs to have a scientific explanation, because people think miracles and magic, they don't exist. But miracles are just things that are just science that we don't understand. We don't know everything. People think they know everything. That's a really arrogant thinking. So I really like the message of this game, and seeing the difference between what Ryan and Amy had to go through. Amy was the more faithful person. She was more religious, but she had more faith as well. And it wasn't deluded faith. And, well, Ryan was more sensitive, but he was also very troubled by the tragedy of it all. It overwhelmed him so much, and he was stuck in despair and just crying and just had problems like facing it. It would seem that Ryan seems to be having more trouble with this, like facing with this reality and taking care of Joel. He seems to suffer more, but no. Just being strong, like Amy being strong, she suffers as much, but having that strength, it just not just makes things easier for her in her perspective, but it also makes taking care of her son Joel a bit more easier for him on his side to live with happiness and comfort, because moral support and strength from everyone, not just yourself, is really important, especially for a kid. They really rely on the support of their family members. So all in all, very good message of this game. The artistic style, it seems simple, but the way the mechanics works, the gameplay, the art style, and the design of it, it's really interesting. The stars, the constellations, the artwork that they put in the game it's very realistic. And it draws, although you feel already drawn, it feels immersive, but it brings you out into reality a bit, like combining the two worlds. It's just expression and trying to tell a story through like a game where you can interact. You kind of feel part of their lives. I really like games like this. So I was really happy to play it. People recommended it. It was really highly rated. And like, yeah, if you know people who haven't played this game, recommend it to them. It's really eye-opening. I thought I would cry or something. Well, I'm not a big crier. It is a bit depressing, but it is more eye-opening towards tragedy. Anyway, well, that was a very... I spent about 2.5 hours playing this game because I had to go through all the details. I didn't want to miss anything. I really wanted to appreciate what the people did for this game. Okay, and if you guys have watched all through, thank you for watching. And like, okay, personally, I had some memories going through, like some of the memories I had triggered back because my grandfather, he passed away from prostate cancer. My aunt, she had leukemia, AML, acute myeloid leukemia, just recently, and I had to witness her go through it. I was in the hospitals seeing her after and before chemotherapy, seeing her so weak, she was unable to talk. She even looked at one point, it looked like she was dying, and all I could think of was her children. She had 7 kids, but 2 of them were really young, like teenagers, really young teenagers. I was just worried for them, what they must be going through. Like losing a parent, like I've lost my grandfather, but it was a different feeling because, to be honest, I wasn't that close to him. But I saw him on his deathbed. I saw him deteriorate into... Well, yeah, he had to face it for a really long time. So seeing my mom react to it, so it's not easy on anyone's part. And the cards, everything, it was so reminiscent of it all. So I can appreciate what the people had to dig up and put into this game. So yeah, It's basically my story. Not to sound depressing, I'm so sorry. But, well, you know, this is what my channel is about, perspective. And I hope you guys can appreciate games like this too. I want people to appreciate games like this. Anyway, that's Dead Dragon Cancer. Fantastic game. I totally recommend it. It's very, very unique. And, well, that's all the time I have now. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See yas!